Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Nikki Sanchez. I really like this hair. Okay, so it's time to get into story time. My first time having dick. Okay, so my first time was actually kind of weird. I was in high school, I think, or no, I was in college. One of the two. I know I was like 19 when I first had my first time because I documented it. So I literally remember, God, why does my makeup look so trash now? Before it did early in my first video. Um, but yeah, it was weird. I met this guy on the chat line, which was like, now I'm thinking it's like, damn girl, you got so many options. You met this nigga on the chat line. So, yeah, um, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with my stomach. It's acting weird. Okay. Yeah, so I met him on the chat line and he was like, oh yeah, like, come through. So at this time, I wasn't really asking guys to send dick pics. I probably should have. Then I definitely would have known what I got myself into. So, um, so I basically, he sends me a taxi, which back then we didn't have Uber. So whatever, he sent me a taxi and the taxi picked me up and, everything was fine. So yeah, everything was fine. Then he was like, wait, I suck at telling the story. I'm sorry. But yeah. So he was like, oh yeah, like, come through. So he sends me a taxi and then I get over there, I'm chilling, blah 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 blah. And then I start sucking on his dick and then like I feel so embarrassed. Oh, okay. So I start sucking on his dick and then he's like, oh, I'm ready to fuck now. So at this time, I was a virgin, but I didn't tell him. So you can only imagine where this went. So I kept doing that, then he was like, oh, I'm ready to fuck. So I was like, oh, you don't have lube? Because he had a condom on. So I was like, this was my first time, so I was kind of nervous. Oh, you don't have lube? No, I have Vaseline. Why do black people always, no, I don't want to make this a black thing, but it seems like every black guy I mess with always says, oh, I can use Vaseline. I'm sorry, but what the fuck do I look like wanting to have petroleum jelly up my vajayjay? No, like, anyways. But yeah, so he's doing this, doing. Okay, so I couldn't really handle it, so I was like, no. And then I stuck it back out. So he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, nothing. I was like, you know what? I want to leave. And he's like, you want to leave? And I'm like, yeah. So we get dressed, we go outside. He was like, so what's wrong? I was like, well, I'm a virgin. He was like, why didn't you tell me that earlier? And I was like, I don't know. He was like, well, you should tell people that. Like, that way, like, I know a heads up. I know what to do. And I was like, yeah, you got a point. And he was like, exactly. So we're sitting outside, he's smoking weed, and he's calling me a taxi. He was like, next time, just be careful because a lot of guys wouldn't, like, I guess he basically said a lot of guys would have left me stranded. By this time, I didn't have any money in my account. I think I wasn't even working. But, yeah, so he was like, a lot of guys would leave you stranded. So then I get home, and then I'm thinking, wow, that dick was good. Why, Lord? wonder why. So yeah, I get home thinking that. Now, mind you, this isn't the end. This isn't the end of the story. So I think I went like 2 or 3 months without having sex, and I was just having oral sex with guys because my first time was being kind of awkward. And the guy I had my first time with wasn't really my specific type that it is now. So yeah, but he has some good ass long dick though. Moby Dick, big dick, Dick Van Dyke. Okay, so yeah, so oh my god, his fucking hair is just. But yeah, so he wasn't really my type, but what ended up happening was I still had his number in my phone, and what I did was I basically like hit him up again. I know. Bitch, you wasn't ready for it before, so you ready for the dick now? I know. So yeah, so I end up hitting him up, and he's like, who's this? And I'm like, oh, it's Nikki. And he's like, Nikki who? And I'm like, the girl you had sex with 2 months, well, not really sex with, because it was no penetration, a week ago. And I remember I was a virgin. He was like, oh yeah, what's up? And I was like, oh, so what are you doing? And he's like, oh, just chilling. So I'm like, oh, well, I was thinking, do you want to come through and hang out? So he's like, yeah. And then I'm like, okay. So I end up sending him my address. It's another thing. I end up sneaking him into my mom's house. The same place I'm still in now. And we did it right. No, I'm playing. So yeah, we end up sneaking him in. I can't remember. Oh, I do remember what we did. Okay, so there was an end table in this living room before, and the lights were off, and I had the music like real low on 6. That way nobody could hear. I think I'm starting to get sick. Yeah, and all I remember is he bent me over, he was tooting that shit up. And then I was like, damn, this is some good ass dick. But it was like, okay, it hurts, but at the same time, I like it. Which I should have knew before, but anyways, yeah. So he was like, I'm gonna call you again. And I was like, yeah, okay. So you know what? That was the last time I ever saw him, and that's a guy who I lost my virginity to. Most time people who lose their virginity to guys don't ever see them again. I wonder why that is. Baby, it's just like that meme said, are you sure you're good? Like, are you sure you're mentally ready for this good ass pussy? So yeah, basically that was the end of my first time. I know it was kind of whack, but trust me, I got way better stories coming. Was it time my mom walked in on me and this guy? No, okay, that's a whole different other story. So yeah, so basically that's the end of the story. And sorry, that's the end of the story. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. I'm definitely going to be having more videos coming soon from the Throat Monster. I'm not the Throat Monster or the head doctor, but yeah. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day or a wonderful night wherever you are, and God bless you. And I hope you find everything that you want in life. So, bye.